Welcome to the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner presentation on Domain 4, Billing, Pricing, and Support. This domain covers 12% of the exam and focuses on managing costs and accessing AWS support. We'll explore pricing models, cost management tools, and technical and support resources, equipping you for exam success. Domain 4 is about optimizing AWS expenses and leveraging support to solve problems. The exam tests your ability to compare pricing options, use cost tools, and understand support resources, which are critical for anyone managing AWS budgets or seeking assistance. We'll dive into each area with detailed examples, scenarios, and exam strategies to ensure you're prepared. Let's start with AWS pricing models, beginning with compute services. AWS offers on-demand instances, charged by the hour or second, ideal for unpredictable workloads. For example, a startup testing a new app can use on-demand EC2 instances without long-term commitments. Reserved instances provide up to 75% savings for predictable workloads, like a database running 24/7, with 1 or 3 year terms. Spot instances are the cheapest but can be interrupted, perfect for batch processing or testing. Savings plans offer flexible discounts for consistent usage across EC2, Lambda, or Fargate. Dedicated hosts and instances support specific licensing needs, like Oracle databases, and capacity reservations ensure resource availability. The exam often asks when to use each on-demand for flexibility, reserved for steady workloads, spot for cost savings. Let's explore a scenario. A media company runs a web app on EC2. They use reserved instances for constant traffic, spot instances for video rendering, and on-demand for sudden spikes. Savings plans cover their Lambda functions for analytics. The exam might ask, which option saves the most for a predictable workload? Reserved instances, not on demand. Knowing these distinctions avoids distractors. Data transfer costs are another focus. Incoming data, like uploading to S3, is usually free. Outgoing data, like downloading from S3 to the internet, incurs charges. Costs vary by region. Transferring data from US East to Europe is pricier than within US East. For example, a global app serving users in Asia from a US region pays higher transfer fees than hosting locally. Storage pricing depends on the service. Amazon S3 offers tiers, standard for frequent access, infrequent access for backups, and Glacier for archival. A company might store active files in standard and old logs in Glacier to save costs. Amazon EBS provides block storage for databases, and EFS supports shared files for Linux apps. The exam tests S3 tiers know Glacier for long-term storage, standard for frequent access. Reserved instances in AWS organizations add flexibility. They can be shared across accounts, so a company with dev and production accounts can apply one reserved instance to any EC2 usage. This centralizes cost management, a common exam topic. For instance, a reserved instance for AC5. Large instance in one account can cover similar instances in another, maximizing savings. The exam might ask how reserved instances behave in organizations. Know they're shareable. Now, billing and cost management tools. AWS budget set spending alerts, like notifying you if EC2 costs exceed $200. AWS Cost Explorer visualizes usage trends, helping identify spikes, like high S3 costs from unoptimized storage. AWS Billing Conductor creates custom billing reports, useful for allocating costs to teams. The AWS Pricing Calculator estimates costs before deployment. Try planning an EC2 and RDS setup to practice. AWS Organizations consolidates billing, so one account pays for all linked accounts, simplifying management. Cost allocation tags track expenses by category, like tagging resources by project to view costs in the AWS Cost and Usage Report. For example, a company tags resources as marketing or dev to analyze spending. The exam tests tool purposes, Cost Explorer for analysis, budgets for alerts, pricing calculator for estimates. Let's add a case study. A startup uses Cost Explorer to find that oversized EC2 instances are driving costs. They use the pricing calculator to plan a smaller instance type, set a budget alert for $500, and tag resources by department. This saves 20% monthly. The exam might ask, which tool tracks tagged costs? The cost and usage report. Technical and support resources are next. AWS offers white papers, the AWS Knowledge Center for FAQs, and AWS Read Post for community answers. Support plans include developer support for basic queries, business support for 24/7 access and trusted advisor checks, and enterprise support with a technical account manager. For example, business support helps troubleshoot an EC2 issue anytime, while enterprise support provides strategic guidance. AWS Trusted Advisor flags cost and security issues, like unused EBS volumes. The AWS Health Dashboard and API report service disruptions, aiding monitoring. The AWS Trust and Safety team handles abuse, like phishing from AWS resources. The exam might ask where to find documentation, point to the Knowledge Center or Read Post. The AWS Partner Network, including vendors and integrators, offers expertise via AWS Marketplace. You can buy cost tools or security software there. Partners get training, certifications, and discounts. AWS Professional Services and Solutions Architects provide hands-on help for migrations or optimizations. For instance, professional services can design a cost-effective architecture. The exam tests partner network roles or support plans. Enterprise support is the most comprehensive. For prep, use the AWS free tier to test the pricing calculator or set budgets. Review white papers and the support center. Practice scenarios. Which tool estimates costs? Pricing calculator, or which plan includes a technical manager? Enterprise support. The exam's 700 passing score allows guessing, as there's no penalty. Focus on tool and plan purposes to handle multiple response questions. Key takeaways: AWS pricing models like reserved instances and savings plans optimize costs. Tools like Cost Explorer and budgets manage expenses. Support resources, from white papers to enterprise support, meet diverse needs. Master these for the exam. A tip: use Trusted Advisor to practice cost optimization. Explore the AWS Support Center and ask if you have questions. That's our extended overview of Domain 4, billing, pricing, and support. Thank you, and best of luck with your AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the free Udemy courses in the description. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.